target seals their doom. He cuts the air a middle blade, the final corner exit made. No rear view mirror, full control, just fuel feed in the machine. Soul strapping tight, feel the power, watch as they cower, see them fall behind. He breaks from them all, charting through the pack like his hair is on fire. His engine screaming and tires gripping higher. Hell-bent for glory, fast ginger can't be denied like jacket the needle pins a red zone line. He makes the kill one more time. They cannot catch the devil's pace. He wipes the grin off every face. No room to breathe, no time to think. Push harder right to the brake. Driving through the pack like his hair is on fire. His engine is screaming and tires gripping higher. Hell-bent for glory, fast ginger can't be denied.
Hello and welcome to Fast Ginger here, live from the Fast Ginger Studios. And we have Signal 13's Open Wheel Challenge, and we are on the final race of this series. And I think I'm TV on in the background. And we're watching practice here. Trying to fiddle with the microphone. Afraid it is too loud or something. I don't know. But here we are. I think we're pretty good here. And I've got the race noises. And we're following J-Mac around the track here. And we're at the theRedBull ring. If you were not familiar with the track, that is the one we have on for tonight. 40 minutes of racing around the theRedBull ring. 1 minute and change for a lap, so 30 some laps, I guess. And I did not see, I can go on and see if we, well, you know what? I think I can go into the, see if we can go in here and see what our settings are for the race. Cloudy and dark. Afternoon. And here we are. Tire wear is ×2 and fuel consumption ×7. So tire wear won't be an issue, but the fuel will probably be the issue. So we're looking in a couple of pit stops for this race. So we got 4 fan out here. Oh, we need to get back out here and show all the goodies. There we go. So we got J-Mac at the top of the board. 4 fan here at the second place spot. Jim Shady just jumped up to the top spot. In this 7-Up car, J-Mac in the Camel Cannon, which I think was a Williams. Fan, old school here in the McLaren colors. Ray. And the Tecate colors, which reminds me of an IndyCar. Snafu Ramon here. Ripping Popcorns, Sleepy Austin in a player's car, which I believe was a Canadian IndyCar. Rotten Crowd there in the Ferrari looks. Don P here into the pits. And Newbie here in the Red Bull. So Old School has put himself at the top of the field. So Old School here. Sorry about that. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a gander at the track here if you're not familiar with the Red Bull Ring. And this shows the elevation changes as well. So you go up into turn 1, which is a hard right turn. Turn 2 really isn't a turn, it's a bend in the straightaway. Turn 3, heavy braking, going uphill, and a major pass zone. Then downhill into 4th, and then a little bend for 5th. Then into turn 6, downhill into turn 7, immediately into turn 8, going uphill, then downhill into turn 9, then steeply downhill into turn 10, and then across the start finish. And the pit entrance is between 9 and 10, and the pit exit is just past 1. It's on the inside, so most of your traffic is on the far left side of the track, and you come in on the right. Pit entrance is kind of tricky because you're braking going out of the turn as people are trying to go through, so it can get a little dicey there. And track limits there for the left-hand side between 9 and 10 are ones that can easily give you a penalty. Also exit of 10, exit of 3, exit of 1. And so those are your highlights of that. Checkered flag is waving. So it looks like we are done with the qualifying with Old School topping the line. Fan in 2nd. Jim Shady in 3rd, and has already changed to medium tires. So should be a good race. 11 cars on the field today. So pretty good field for the last race. Here's the standings. Ricky B in car number 24 is in the lead of the championship, but not by a whole lot. Not Jim Shady is close behind, and Fan not too far behind there either. So there we go. We'll check out the starting grid, Old School with a 112, 4Fan with a 112 as well, Jim Shady 112, J Mac a 112, Ray 112, Newbie and a 113, Snafu a 113 as well, Sleepy Austin with a 113, and then Ripping Popcorn with a 114, Rotten Kraut 114, and Don P 115. So pretty tight group. Should make for a really good race today. So yeah, major zones, turn 1 passing, turn 3 passing, turn 4, and then also into 9, and that's it. Maybe if somebody gets a bad run through 9 and 10, you can get a good run out of 10 up into turn 1. So several places to pass, lots of places to mess up. So should be quite an interesting race. Trying to see if I've got some stuff here while we wait. Another one of my songs here.
Now, curves are so tight, got me moving left and right, strap me in for one more go, let us put on a good show, slow and fast out they say, I'm pushing all the way, grinding with all I got, burning and churning so high, gotta get to the finish line. Can't stop, won't stop until it's time. Fast as you're gonna finish on time. Yeah. Getting close, now I can feel it, the end is close. Never gonna quit. Pressure building, gotta finish the job. Hit the gas one last time, shift the knob. Screaming across the finish line. Like a shot from a gun one more time. I gave all I can give, no more. Soon I'll be ready again for more. Gotta get to the finish line. Can't stop, won't stop until it's time. Fast as you're gonna finish on time. Get to the finish line. Can't stop, won't stop until it's time. Fast as you're gonna finish on time.
All right, well, looks like we are about to start this race. Let's get in here, get everything showing. And here we are, ready for the start. Old School will take the green. There we go. And we got some stuff going on back here in the back. Just stay back here and see. Oh! Ripping Popcorn went flying off. Old School has maintained the lead. Fan, Jim Shady, Ray coming underneath. So we try to get things squared away here going into turn 3. Jim Shady taking away outside line there. Ray's catching back up on him. Rotten Kraut back there in the back. Go around Don P. Fighting for 8th and 9th. A little rubbing there. Old School out in the lead, Fan there. Fight for 3rd and 4th. Things are kind of getting spread out again. Sleepy up to 10th. And Ripping Popcorn still right there. Still on the tail end of the field, but still in contact. Old School still out in the lead. Fan still chasing Jim Shady. Don P on the inside of Rotten Kraut. Rotten Kraut's trying to fight back. Get on board there. Yep, Fan is up there in 2nd place, so he stands a good chance here. He's been having a pretty good season. Old School, though, he's got a pretty significant lead there. And we've got a half-second penalty for Newbie, who has brought himself up from the back of the pack. See what we going on here. J-Mac and Snafu. Not a whole lot of space between the two of them. Don P following. Is he going to get a penalty there for that little extra wide exit? Doesn't look like it. Rotten Kraut has gotten one, though. Jim Shady has made a pass. I don't know if we're going to be able to see it. There it was. It was going into turn 4. So Jim Shady's up another position into 2nd place. Old School still in 2nd. Fan is in 3rd. Jim Shady has pulled out a little bit. Looks like everybody's on soft tires for now. Snafu with a half-second penalty. Don P here. 9th place, Rotten Kraut. 10th, Austin. And 11th is Popcorn. Old School still back out here in the front, being pursued by Jim Shady and Fan. No worries about tire wear, so looks like we'll probably be going in and getting fuel only, and then might even be able to do the whole race on 2 sets of tires. Fan here in 3rd. Newbie 4th. Ray being pursued by J-Mac. 2 seconds back is Snafu. Got a little run here. Got the slipstream. Going into 9. If you stay on that curbing, you're good. Stays on that curbing, good. Betters his time. Swinging wide to the left for turn 1. J-Mac still pursuing. And he got around him. Okay, so I got confused there. I've gotten some buttons pressed that I wasn't expecting. I was trying to use a thumbstick to look around, but I screwed that up. But J-Mac and Ray, followed by Snafu. It's going to be close. I think he kept it on the curb, so no penalty there. Don P here. Things are getting spread out. Ruttenkraut is ahead of Austin here by a second and a half. Popcorn back here in 11th place. Coming into turn 1. Old School still in the lead by 3 seconds. And maybe 1 or 2 laps of fuel left. Jim Shady, it's got a little more fuel, but with this fuel consumption rate, it might not be even a full lap of fuel more. But Jim Shady is being pursued by Forfan at this point. And Old School went into the pits, as did Newbie. So that puts J-Mac or Jim Shady up into the lead. And Forfan in second, J-Mac in third, Snafu in fourth. Snafu has dropped down to 6 for now, or Old School. Don P a little wide there. Old School still in the pits with a full tank of fuel, and now he's out. So these two will need to pit, or at least Jim Shady will, as they come into 5 and 6. Jim Shady still holding on to that lead in front of Forfan in 7 and 8. See if they both dive into the pits here after turn 9. Jim Shady in, Forfan is in. Here comes J-Mac. Is he going to come in as well? He does. Snafu, he comes in. Don P will as well, I'm sure. And that brings us back to Old School, coming through turn 9 and into 10 into the front stretch to retake the lead. So there goes Forfan and Jim Shady. It looks like they're inside of each other. And they are. There we go. Now they've uncollected themselves from each other. Forfan on the inside. Gets to position away from Jim Shady. Old School is in the lead now. Looks like everybody's on the same soft tires that they started with, so no reason to change. Newbie here in 4th, Ray in 5th, J-Mac 6th, Snafu here in 7th. Don P in 8th with 3-second penalty for a pit lane violation. Ruttenkraut back here in 9th place. Austin here in 10th. And Popcorn here in 11th. So 9th and 10th seem to be the position that is being fought about. Well, not fought about, but it's about the closest race we have at this point. Old School is out in front by 2.6 seconds, so not as big a lead as he had before the initial pit stops. So this one will go down to the wire most likely. As you make the way through the race, get a little more confident with the racetrack, your pace, your braking points. So by the end of the race, you're probably running your best laps that you had. So second, third, and fourth will get better. Though he has picked up 3/10 on them this lap. And he's got one lap less fuel than the others. And as fast as his fuel goes down, that might be enough for that time difference between him and second place. Forfan here in second. Jim Shady in third. Newbie back here in fourth. Ray here in fifth place. Being followed by J-Mac there in sixth. Snafu here in seventh. Don P. Another penalty. He's had a heck of a penalty-filled race so far. Rotten Kraut and Sleepy Austin right together here. See if Austin backs out of turn one. So we can get a better run out of turn one. Heading into turn two. You can see him closing in. Is it fast enough to make an attempt going into three? It is not. Maybe he's thinking we can work together maybe and not fight and scrap and try to get ahead closer up there to 8th place. Into 4. Keeping it in close. Could have gone a little wider there for a little better exit speed. Diving into turn 6 here. Go wide and then into 7. Tires complaining there. Breaking into 9. There's your pit entrance and into 10. Pinching off those corners a little bit. So Old School here. Let's see Old School going through here. He's got a 3-second lead on Forfan. We'll take a full lap ride here with Old School getting ready to come through here into turn 10. Accelerating out of turn 10. Past the start finish line. Go up the hill. Swing to the left a little bit. Hit the brakes. Turn in. Turn 1. Turn 2 really isn't a turn. It's just a bend. Then we head uphill for turn 3. Heavy braking. A little wide. Clip the apex, but don't hit that yellow bump. Accelerate downhill into 4. Which is tight, then kind of opens up into turn 5. And into 6 goes downhill a little bit. Cutting that apex there, going wide. Cutting it into 7. 8 to the floor. 9th, brake just past that little worker zone there. Definitely kept it off those curbs that time. Didn't even hit the curb on that, and that's a lap around the Red Bull wing in 1 minute and 13 seconds. So Jim Shady is up into second. We've missed something with Forfan. We will see what happened here. I guess we were too far back. I didn't set the time, so it went way back. So he was fighting for second. Now he's down to fourth place, trying to catch back up to Newbie. Jim Shady here comfortably in second place. Newbie pretty good there. Forfan will be pushing it. Old School is in the pits. Jim Shady will go round several more times. Old School's definitely burning through the fuel. Jim Shady definitely has the fuel advantage on that. Forfan does as well, so they're definitely able to stretch that fuel mileage and get more laps at the end of the race. That'll pay benefits for sure. Snafu's still out as well. Old School is back out onto the track. The only other person is Don P that has not pitted yet on this round. I expect Jim Shady will have at least 2-3 more goes around the circuit. Forfan will have to pit before Jim Shady. So Jim Shady's definitely pulling the fuel mileage card. Stays out for one more lap. Forfan does as well. Snafu's making his pit stop. Comes Old School to go past there. He'll jump up into third place when he's on the front straight. And there he goes. And we'll see what J Mac is doing. He's got plenty of fuel, so he's pitted fairly recently. Don P will need to pit now. Newbie also has a full tank of fuel. Rotten Kraut, it's got a good bit of fuel left. Austin will need to pit this time. Ray has full tank of fuel, and Jim Shady will need to pit as well. So Jim Shady's coming through the S's here in 8. Getting ready to come into 9. See what he's going to do this time. He will need to pit. And Forfan will need to pit as well. So a quarter of a tank basically gets you 2 laps. So good to know. So that's 2, 4, 6. So you can get 8 laps on a tank of fuel. Or these guys can. So Old School, where's he at? He's getting ready to jump back out into the lead here. But we will see what happens towards the end of this race. Should be interesting seeing that you can do 8 laps. And some are doing 9 laps, so is that last pit stop going to be a full tank or a partial fill or a splash? We'll know here in 20 minutes. We are halfway through, so if that shows us anything, he will need to pit one more time, maybe do a little fuel savings on this tank and the next. But the others, Jim Shady, Forfan, J Mac, those guys that made the pit stop last, I think they will definitely just need the one more pit stop and not need to worry about saving fuel. Just drive as they have been. But I think Old School is going to need to be mindful of that fuel usage for this tank of fuel. So we will see that play out here in 19 minutes time. Jim Shady here in second place. We'll run through again. Forfan here in third, being chased by J Mac. So that is our race for the front of the field at this point. Newbie and Snafu have a little scrap going on in here. Rotten Crowd has gone into the pits now. So that's his second pit stop. Snafu is tracking down Newbie. Here's Ray. Kind of off by himself. 20 seconds adrift of 6 and 11 seconds ahead of Don P. Don P here. 7 seconds ahead of Austin. And Austin's ahead of Rotten Kraut. And I think we've lost Popcorn. So down to 10 drivers. Old School here in the front with about 4 more laps to go on this tank of fuel. And I think I saw 10th place way up in the distance, so closing in on lap traffic. Jim Shady in second place with nobody harassing him. Forfan in third with J Mac close behind. Let's get on board here with J Mac and follow him around. See if he can catch Forfan. So far, everybody looks like they're on the same soft tires they started with. Closing in on him on turn 1. Both of them got a good exit there. I think Forfan may have got a little better when you could see him pull out a little bit there. Coming into 3. Shooting flames there. Oh, he caught it. He just about. I hit the wrong button there. But anyway, wasn't a wreck. It was just a squiggle. Newbie in 5th place. Pulled away from Snafu a little bit. Ray here having kind of a lonely race. Got about 2 more laps of fuel left on that tank. Let's get up here to Old School. Is he coming around for another lap into turn 3? And there he goes. Blue flag flying for Rotten Kraut. Get on board with Rotten Kraut here to see Old School closing in. There he goes around. Nicely done. But Old School is going into the pits. And another full tank of fuel. Jim Shady has gone around. Poor Fan has gone around. J Mac is coming in as well. And he is getting new tires. And fuel is going in at a pretty significant rate. So at least you got that going in for you. And here he comes out in 4th place. Check the situation here on Jim Shady. I'd say he's going to do at least 2 laps after this one. Same with 4Fan, maybe just 1 lap for 4Fan. Snafu coming around. It might actually turn red on him. Sorry about that. As he gets closer to the pits. He may have another lap in him. See what happens here out of turn 9. Does not look like he's coming in. Nope. Flying past that entrance. Jim Shady, plenty of fuel here. Closing in on Rotten Kraut. Accelerating out of turn 3. Downhill to 4. 4Fan here. Keeping his cool. In 2nd place for now. We'll see what he does. Jim Shady has a little more fuel left than 4Fan. But I think with 12 minutes left in the race, I think 8. If he can push through 1 more lap, I definitely would. So he is. 4Fan is in the pits. So I think he's going to have to do a little fuel savings for that final run. If he doesn't want to have to jump in there and get a quick splash of fuel. Snafu has come in as well. Old School will take over a 2nd place. And he's got about 4. He's got 6 laps of fuel left. So if you take that, 6 laps will be 6 minutes and roughly 15 seconds for each of those 6. So he's definitely going to have to pit 1 more time for half a tank. So a splash and go. Jim Shady will need to pit this time around. And here he comes. Old School is back there. 4Fan has made his pit stop. So that's going to be really close for him to finish. Real interesting to see how far Jim Shady can push it, or, not really push it, because I don't think he'll want to push extremely hard for that last tank of fuel. Old School definitely knows he has to push it and put in the fastest lap of the race. Jim Shady now has a full tank of fuel and is out in 2nd place, just in front of 4Fan, who's got a head of steam here. Is he going to get him into turn 3? It does not look like he's going to make an attempt for it, but he's close, going around Rotten Kraut, who got out of the way. Jim Shady pulled away a little bit from 4Fan there. Newbie's not that far behind in fourth. And J Max back there too, so could be interesting. Don P here as making his pit stop, and this will be his last stop for sure. No need to pit anymore after this. That should get him to the end. Old School going across the front start finish line. Starting lap number 25. Jim Shady here in second, being pursued by Forfan, who might be content to stay back there in his slipstream. Look at the amount of fuel difference between those two. So Jim Shady's looking good to maybe make a run at this to get to the end of the race with no more pit stops. Old School will need to make another pit stop. No doubt about it. He's got about 6 minutes of fuel left, and he's got 8 minutes of race to do. So Old School will need to make a very quick pit stop, but since it's 9 seconds, it's not going to be that easy. Jim Shady is ahead of Forfan for now. Forfan made up a big difference on that, but he's got a bit less fuel, and he knows he will most likely have to pit again. So he is just going to pound out the laps as fast as he can. Get on board here as he chases down Jim Shady. Newbie has come in for a pit stop. He'll have to take on a little bit of fuel. I guess he was making a preemptive stop here before he knew he couldn't make it to the end, so that'll do it right there. So Newbie's in. Ray has come in as well. He needs to. He's definitely low on fuel. Old School is as well. 7 minutes to go, and that is not going to get him to the end of the race. That'll get him 3 minutes left, so Old School will need to pit another time. Jim Shady, I don't think we'll need to. And Forfan, it's going to be really, really close. Don P there on the outside. Got half-second penalty there. I don't know if he got a penalty because he was trying to get out of their way or not, but having quite a scrap here for third place. He's right on the tail end of him. See if he can get him going into turn 3. Brakes it a little early so he won't get into the back of him, but he got a good run out of that. Turn 3. Not close enough to make a battle for 4. Good exit there. Little deep there, but gathered it back up, but lost a little bit of time from the looks of it. Now Jim Shady's kind of getting held up a little bit by the back marker, who swings wide out of the way. And Austin is getting right into the path and blocked Forfan, who had to pinch off to get through there. Old School, Jim Shady, Old School had to go into the pits. There's his splash of fuel, so the race is to see if Jim Shady can make it to the end, and it looks like he might be able to do so. Forfan, it's going to be close. Old School should be coming out and maybe pick up some scraps from somebody up front if they run out of gas before the end of the race. Forfan looks like that might be something he needs to worry about. So Jim Shady here in the lead with half a tank of fuel left, with 4 laps of fuel left and 4 minutes, so he will make it to the end of the race. Forfan, I am not sure about, so we'll just have to hide here and watch. Old School's just going to have to pump out some fast laps. Newbie here might be able to make it to the end as well. He's got J Mac on the back of him by 2 seconds. He'll have to, I don't know if he'll have to save some fuel or not, but might want to try it. J Mac is right there behind him in 5th. Same boat as far as fuel goes. Snafu needs to not worry about fuel. He can make it to the end. Same with Ray. Austin should be able to go to the end. Don P, possibility. Rotten Kraut, maybe. So, probably. Jim Shady being pursued by Forfan. Or is he just trying to short shift and get that sweet slipstream and added fuel economy back there? Into 9, into 10. Sorry, I had to get a drink there. Forfan looks like he's okay to just stay back there in 2nd place for now. Jim Shady blocking to the inside. Forfan on the outside doing the over-under. As we go down side by side into turn 4. Forfan on the inside. Jim Shady got chopped off there. Forfan is in the lead for now, but he does not have enough fuel to get to the end, so he will have to pit. Jim Shady has enough to possibly get to the end of but he may have to go an extra lap because these are 1 minute 15 second laps, and he's got 1 minute and 30 to go. So Forfan diving into the pits for a quick splash and go. Jim Shady here on the front stretch with, if he wants to, he can slow it down and make it to the end of this lap. Old School is 11 seconds behind, so he's got enough time to ease up and get across the line as it expires. So looks like Jim Shady will make it to 1st place. Forfan is out in 3rd with no threat behind him. So Jim Shady here, 43 seconds to victory. He's got enough to run 2 laps, I would say, but I think he is taking it easy through here. As you can see, he is not at full speed. 25 seconds. 11 seconds behind him, so I think he is going to do one more lap, so he cannot let up. Well, he could have made it by 1 second, but Old School will come through here and finish in 2nd place. So there's your 2nd place driver. Forfan here in 3rd. 4th place will be Newbie. There's Newbie and J Mac in 5th. Snafu coming across in 6th. Ray coming through 9 into 10 for 7th place. Austin has already finished, as has Don P. and Rotten Kraut. The only person that has not finished is Jim Shady, and he is on fumes to the end, but enough to get him there. But he doesn't have to worry about it because everybody else is taking the checkered flag. So here he comes across for the win. Jim Shady in first place with good fuel saving strategy. So there you have it, folks. We've got our final race here. And Ricky B, Jim Shady in second, for Fan in third, Ricky B in first. So let's see what see the final standings here. Jim Shady in first place, Old School in second, For Fan in third, Newbie fourth, J Mac fifth, Snafu in sixth, Ray Ray seventh, eighth is Austin, ninth Don P, Rotten Kraut in 10th, and Popcorn did not make it to the end. So that will be the end of the race, the end of the series, and that will be the end of this stream from the looks of it. So the open wheel challenge is done, and I think the next race will be in January, and it will be a multi-class race, GR3s and GR4s, and that is getting set up and made for our racers and for our audience here to check out. I believe that is all we have for this race and this challenge. Thanks everybody for watching. I think this was a really good race series, the open wheels. Look forward to another one of those. But Signal 13 definitely coming with some innovative races for them to race and the fans to watch. And thank you for watching here on Fast Ginger's channel. I guess we will see you again on another live stream. If it'll just be me driving around. The next series will be in January. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.